Victor. I'm here with a new weekly painting, and this time I want to give some tips about edge highlight. So edge highlight normally is a technique where you want just to paint the edge, and it is very efficient to paint normally armors, miniatures with armor, or some miniatures that have a very well defined edges. For example, the Necrons. Okay, so the first thing is instead of using just one color, I prefer to do the edge highlight using 2 to 3 colors to help to smooth the transitions a little bit. So what, for example, in that case that we have a very dark green, the first thing I will do, I will use quite a medium green, right? This, in that case, it was painted with Succubus, not Succubus, sorry, how it's called, the color, here it is, Incubi-Darkness, okay, and then was washed with nude oil. So this is the preparation. So the base color is Incubi-Darkness with a wash of black, okay, and now we are going to apply edge highlight with Cabalite green. And what we are going to do with that, okay, is we are going to apply, and this can be quite a thick line, so we are going to apply this in all the different edges. And this first edge highlight that you want to do is can go with quite a thick line. You don't need to be very thin. Okay, and you want to accent all the different edges, all the different parts where you want to add some highlights. Okay, and as it's called edge highlight because you go to the edge of each armor plate and you apply this color, as you can see here. Okay, I will apply. When you have, for example, these things here that is like a different armor plates, what you try to do is to go following the edge of the armor plate, so in that way you define in the armor the different armor plates that you have. Okay, something like that. You keep doing all the different edges. You can also do, I will do the face, so you can see also how I approach. For example, in that case is like a robot. Okay, so imagine that this is like a helmet, so I will follow the different, and then here I will almost leave it everything with this green, okay, because I want to go a little bit thick here with the light. Okay, so you go there and you do something like that. Where I don't do edge highlight is on the mouth. There we are going to apply more techniques more similar to the dry brush, but here you see I follow the different shapes, and I will follow, for example, the shape of the jaws. Okay, what else you want to do is, for example, on the ribs, in that case what is important is that I follow here, okay, something like that. I will follow where the armor plate is joining with the arm. Okay, and now I will go between the ribs. I will do this part here, this is quite important. And I will go between the ribs and do something like that, letting the color to fade out. Okay, something like that. And we will do all the armor plates. At the end, I will jump to another miniature to save time. At the end, you will finish with something like that. Okay, where I have done all the ribs, you can see the different armor plates. Then the other thing I do here is I do this type of things there where we have a cylindrical part just to make like a reflection, because I want to give this type of a little bit of a shiny part. Okay, so the next step we are going to do, when we have applied this first edge highlight, now we are going to come with Cyberic green. So in that case, if you're doing other colors, you have to think a lighter color. Okay, so the first one was not that, was not a little bit dark, and now we go with a much lighter color. And with this lighter color, I'm going to go and try to go with much thinner line, leaving the previous color still visible. Okay, as you can see here I have a mistake of the assembly, so I will transform the mistake into a part of the sculpt. You can see I go with this, okay, like that. you with the armor plates, and you try to do more or less when you have applied the previous color, go back and try to put this color, but now you have to be thinner. Okay, what happens if you make a mistake? So if you go too thick, okay, or you want to keep it thinner, okay, so imagine that here, do this, okay, here it's okay, but if you want to be even thinner, what you can do next, if you go back to Cyberic Green, so the previous one, no Cyberic Green, so the Cavalite Green, the darker one, to say it that way, and you can try, you go next to it, and this is going to be the way to make a very thin edge highlight. If you want really to go very thin, you go back and you thin down the line like that, okay? For example here, just putting this as an example, you can go next to the previous line, you go back and you make it thinner. And once you have worked all the miniature, I will jump to my next one, and you will end up something like that. You can see I also, for example here, the ribs, if it's too evident and or it's too strong the transition, what I can go now is with the previous color, and I just glaze a little bit on top to smoothen a little bit here these transitions, okay? And you can make this to look, so you can work with the previous layer and make, if you see some lines that are too evident or too visible, you go with the previous color and you thin down them. Okay, you thin them a little bit. Can I use a little bit this thing, so I can add a little bit of that. So, and then, but here I don't finish the edge highlight. I like to go for a further step, and this is to using a color that is almost white. In that case, I'm going to use Gauss Blaster Green. There is here is where I lose more of the sorry, the lineup of Edge from Edge Workshop. And what you do with that is, now we don't want to touch all the edges. We want to touch these parts that we think that are interesting. For example, here on the shoulder part, I will go to this edge here, and I will do an accent like that, something like that. Okay. Here I will go there, I will go there. You want to touch, for example, on the ribs, I will not go between the ribs, I will just go next to the neckband symbol and add just that. And you want to thin this quite a lot, okay, and if you see that it's too evident, you go back with the previous color and you smooth it a little bit. Okay, but you want really to add this color only when you want to create some accents, to create this. You don't need to do all the edges, you need to go when you really want to pop up some of the parts of the miniature. Normally you go where I have the most visible protuberances, or for example here you can try to enhance a little bit this, and this part here, for example, to simulate that is some light reflection there. Okay, just to add, but here is the important part that it makes sense to add a little bit. And we go down to the side, for example, but not in the middle. Then if we see that it's too much, I go back with Cyberic Green and I make it thinner, okay, and smoother. I can even go back with the Cavalry Green, that is the darker one, and just even doing everything thinner, okay? And then with that you can highlight that. For example, here on the backbones, it's not backbones, but the thing that is simulated like backbones, I will touch them, but just on the upper part. Okay, something like that. Okay. Here at the shoulder pad or this type of thing, I will touch here and let it go up, and I let. So I start with the brighter point, and I let the paint to fade out. Okay, and I keep doing some highlights in the parts where I think it's interesting to add some accents. For example, like this part here, I want to show off this here on the pelvis. Okay, I like to do that. That. No. When you have to do the right, it's important to keep doing the right point. Okay, I will do the same here. Okay. And with that, I will do the whole miniature. So I will do all the different accents, and I show you how it looks like once this is done. So here we have, just to finalize the video, how the 3 stages look like. Okay, and then I can put here just the initial stage. Okay, so this is the initial point, then with the first edge highlight, the second edge highlight, and then with the final accents. And this is how I do the edge highlight and how to work on edge highlight. I think this is the a nice way to do it. It can be kind of time consuming, but once you get practice, you can go quite fast on that. And I like more than doing, especially on this type of miniatures, than doing a dry brush. So here you have a tutorial about edge highlight and how I approach the edge highlight on the Necrons. So that's all for now. Please leave in the comments below, let me know what do you think. Give a like if you like this video, subscribe if you don't subscribe it. Click the bell if you want to be notified when I put a new video. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.